Okay, now that spring is here, it's time for snow to melt, it's time for us to get a few nice storms, and it's time for us to prepare for flooding dangers. We have Susan Thomas here with American Red Cross and Brian McInerney with the National Weather Service and the expert hydrologist. You're the water guy for the whole state of Utah.
Yeah.
We always look to you for advice. How are we doing this year?
You know, we're going to do just fine. If we don't have a monster thunderstorm this spring, as far as spring snowmelt runoff, we should do just fine. The problem is it's going to run big, and when we do that, it's going to run cold and fast, and a lot of times we have little kids that die in the streams every year. Right. That's our biggest threat right now.
That's the biggest threat, but there's always the threat of possible flooding when we have all the rivers and tributaries around Utah.
Yeah, every year the possibility of flooding exists just due to the high streams, and then if we park a thunderstorm over that, put an inch of rain in an hour, we can have flooding, and that's typically how it's been in the past. That's always a possibility in the springtime, and we gear up for that and monitor that all the way through the spring.
Right, and southern Utah has been especially hit hard this year.
Yeah, southern Utah has water supply volumes of about 250% of normal water coming out of the mountains this year. Wow. Depending on how that comes out and what kind of thunderstorm activity we have, those are the two things we need to watch out for any kind of flooding. But we don't anticipate flooding, just because the stream channels down there are so large due to flash flooding, that it can handle a great deal of water. So we are watching it, and that's something we monitor all the way through the spring.
And now, Susan, you turn to these guys for help in planning and helping people be prepared. What if something happens? What if we do get some flooding? You want people to be prepared.
We do have flooding, and we are going to get a flooding, and so what we want everyone to know is listen to the authorities. If they say to evacuate, evacuate. Be prepared. Have your kit, have your stuff ready to go.
Don't have it all in the basement.
No way. Have it ready to go so you can grab it and run quickly. I mean, floods are serious and they're dangerous. We have free tips on our website. It's utahredcross.org.
And you said you can print up this whole list.
Yeah, you can go click on Be Prepared, click on Floods. You've got all the information of, you know, how to listen to officials, what to do when it happens, how to get out quickly, what are you going to need ahead of time, so you don't have to figure that out the day of the flood. And then also safety. Don't drive into water. Don't stand in water. And whatever you do, grab your children. Make sure they're going to be all excited. Look, there's water in the street. That's exciting for a kid.
There's a car floating down the street.
Water, it's not supposed to be. So grab them. Keep them safe.
Be prepared. Have a little kid out next to the car ready to go. Okay. And then the whole list on the website. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for
We'll keep our fingers crossed and hope we make it through another safe spring.
Thanks.
Okay.